Sonny and Cher got divorced, I was 5. I was 5. And it broke my heart. It freaked me out. It's like divorce is the biggest evil of, it's just something that saddened me. I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6. And it rattled me. It was real. Sonny and Cher getting a divorce, devastating.
Get over yourself.
Devastating. Get over yourself. Hello, sister friends. I missed you. I missed you last week. It is good to be back. I was making the thumbnail and I was copying things and I'm like, where is 23? I have 24. I saw 22 and I'm like, oh, that's right. I missed 23. I was able to get a video out eventually anyway, so I'm glad there was something for you, but I missed our live, so I'm glad to be here. I hope you had a good week, and we are back again for another emotional episode in multiple ways. Emotional tear-wise, sentimental-wise, emotional like you want to throw your shoe at the television-wise. So we hit a little bit of everything, didn't we? All right, let's see who's here. Lynn Skinner, hello. Thank you for moderating, as usual. Appreciate you. Hi, Stephanie. Good to see you. Hi, Danny. Number 3, hitting the likes. Hello. Thank you so much. Bag of Wells, hello. Hello, hello. Self-absorbed pathological monster. That's well described. T-Miles, hi. Thank you for hitting the like button. Number 6. Shanna Banana's here. Hi. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Soshitel. Peach, good to see you. Raiders Ma. I'll say hi to a few more before we get going. Elizabeth Murphy, hello. Oh, a lot of regulars, a few new people. Hi, Nadine. Good to see you. Lynn says, my heart goes out to the OG3 and their children. I could not imagine going through my first Mother's Day without one of my kids. Yeah, that would be really hard, right? And that would have been last Mother's Day, right? So the first Mother's Day would have been last Mother's Day, would have been the first one shortly afterwards, shortly after it happened. Yeah, so she had to deal with Garrison's birthday shortly afterwards, and I think her birthday, but that would have been fine. And then Mother's Day. Oof, yeah, that would have been tough. All right. This one was more infuriating. Yeah, Raiders Ma. Yeah, I get ya. Oh, hey, Lindsay B. Did I miss Lindsay B? I miss Lindsay B. There it is. Hi, Lindsay B. I know. Sometimes I scroll through this and I miss people, so I don't do it on purpose. Stephanie, hello. My trip to Utah was lovely. Horrible travel on the way there. Horrible travel on the way home. But I made it on time. Didn't make it on the way home on time, but American Airlines put me up in a hotel, so that's fine. And I didn't have any pressing reason to be. As long as we got there on time, that's all I wanted. And it was a lot of fun. We had a good time, so thank you. All right, Elizabeth Murphy, hello. I'm going to start repeating myself. I just know it. Mama Squirrel, good to see you. Mama Squirrel has her own channel. Make sure you write it in the comments, Mama Squirrel, because it's in your brain. I always forget to have it on hand to cut and paste. There's so much stuff I forget to do here. Do I have? Speaking of things I forget to do, today is Tuesday at 8 o'clock. I need to make sure that my thing goes off so I can change the scroll thing at the bottom. I turned off all my alarms because it really started going off on set. So at 8 p.m. Tuesday, there it is, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. It will go off to remind me. Without Post-it notes and reminders, I'd be lost. I wouldn't know where I am. Okay. All right. Joni's here. Hi, Joni. Hello. Aunt Dee Dee. Hi. Good to see you. Twyla. Hello. Burning question number 1. Cody, Wyoming to ranch about 25 minutes apart. Why Cody and Robin staying at the motel and Cody not at his old home at the ranch? Very good question. Why did he not go stay with his mom? Hmm. 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 Why would he not stay there? Because Wynn has passed. Janelle's mom has passed. So at the ranch, it would just be Cody's mom and maybe the other wife that we never saw on the show. So would Janelle have stayed there, even though her mom wasn't there anymore? Maybe for old time's sake. Maybe some of the kids wanted to stay there for old time's sake. That could be. It could be like Maddie and her family and all that. And yeah, Robin didn't want any part of that. Or maybe Cody as well. Good point, Twyla. Didn't even think about that. Good point. All right, Living an Eclectic Life is here. Hello. Hi, Sam. Vixen's here. Hey there. Yes, they will forever be villains on the show, right? I mean, they can't help it. They can't help it. And TLC, they're just showing it all now. They're not, no cloak of charity. I love it. The cloak of charity for the past 14 years gone. 15th year, they just show it like it is. And I love it. Thank you very much, Mama Squirrel. I missed you too. I really did. April, hello. JL Carpenter, hello. All right. Sunny and share trauma. All of us in our 50s have. Not as much as Cody. Not as much as Cody. Suffered the most. Hi, Tina. Hi, Nicole. Deborah, hello. So many people here today. Oh, burning question number 2 from Twyla. Here we go. Why is Garrison's poster hanging in the garage, not in the $2 million house? Okay. I can see both sides of this argument. I can see both sides of it. One, it is substantial in size. It's a substantial in size picture of Garrison in his army fatigues. Looks like he's like, as he's being military on the field, whatever. It's a great picture of him, by the way. Fantastic picture of him. So I'm thinking, okay, she doesn't want to have such a large picture in the living room. I'm hoping this means there's still a picture of Garrison of appropriate size in the living room in a prominent place. But let's face it, we have seen more of that living room this year than we ever have. I don't remember seeing pictures of anyone, really, not even their family. All I see is ugly art, ugly statues, ugly art. It doesn't seem like she cares to have sentimental family photos around. Very odd. In the most prominent places that you would spend your time. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think we've seen any other room in the house. We've seen the front porch, back fireplace, decky area, and then that living room kitchen area. That's it. I haven't seen a photo around. I don't get her. I don't get her. And not that I want to defend Cody. Trust me. Trust me when my video comes out. I am not defending Cody. But I will say, I do think Cody spends a decent amount of time in that garage. We see their driveway. They don't park cars in the garage. When they put the house for sale, the interior of their garage, once they moved the stuff out, was quite clean. I think he just has, well, they probably store a decent amount of boxes in there too, but his workout equipment is there. It's his man cave. And recently on one of McKelty's Patreon, she was saying that when the kids were small and they wanted to find their dad, they would just go from garage to garage in the cul-de-sac because he's always in a garage. And if they wanted to spend time with him, if it was his time at their house, they would go to the garage. And of course, she said it in also a defensive manner to him too. She didn't say it like, Oh, he didn't spend time with us. He was always in the garage. She's like, oh, it was hard to find him. She was defending Robin, I believe, at the time, because Robin's like, he's not at my house either. She's like, well, maybe he was at Robin's house, but he was in her garage. Like, I don't think so, because he specifically said Robin gave me a space in her garage to park the car, and the other wives didn't. Well, yeah, because Christine, he made her turn her garage into a wrestling studio, put wrestling mats through her whole garage. Do you remember that? That was an episode on the show. She had to give it up to be a wrestling place for he and the boys, or he and his buddies. So I will say he probably does spend more time in the garage, because I do declare, I think this man doesn't want to spend any more time in his home with Robin's kids than he really wants to spend with the other kids. I have said this multiple times. He is pushing the narrative too hard this season of how much he loves Robin and how much he loves family time and how close and bonded this family is. They're so tight. They just spend time playing board games and playing guitar all the time, perpetually. Like, he's covering something up. He's trying to create a narrative and make it look like everything is great in this house because everything's falling apart everywhere else. I do believe things are falling apart in that house as well. It's a facade. We saw the breakdown. Well, we'll talk about this later on, and it comes up in the video, but I didn't even really catch it when I watched it the first time. The fact that Robin's starting to break and share things. Oh, I'll just say it because I'll forget it if I don't say it. Robin is starting to break and share things when he was talking about the grossness of it all. We are going to be jumping all over the place here, people. Just be prepared. Be prepared for the bouncing ball of this night. It's just going to be this way. I just know it. I'm going to see something in the chat and then we're going to start talking about something else. But let me take you way ahead in the episode to the very end, actually, when Cody's describing Buffalo Bill and, saying he's his namesake and he was named after him. And, oh, don't they have similar traits? And Robin's baiting him. And she's just like all googly eyed and laughing. And what was he like? And of course, Cody's like sharing all these admirable qualities of Buffalo Bill. I don't know if any of them are true. I know nothing about the man. But Cody goes on to say, he believes he was a ladies' man too. Or did she say it? I don't remember. I have to go back and look at it again. So anyway, there's the claim that he's a ladies' man. And then Brianna seems a little repulsed by it. Understandably, we all were. And Cody is the one that instantly jumps in and says, well, I'm not saying I was ladies' man. I'm not saying I was a ladies' man. I'm just saying Buffalo Bill was a ladies' man. Okay, all right, whatever. The whole conversation was, aren't you similar to Buffalo Bill? And then what were Buffalo Bill's characteristics? But he did backpedal on it and say, I'm not like him. I'm not like him. In the Talking Head interview, then Cody is saying, I wasn't a ladies' man. I really wasn't. I wasn't a ladies' man. He might not have been a ladies' man, but he may have been a man's man. I don't know. Anyway, so he said he wasn't a ladies' man. He never was. And he happens to have 4 wives, but that's a religious thing. That's why he has 4 wives, not because he's a ladies' man. And then we cut to Robin, who is all of a sudden all giggly and laughy and goes, well, he does have 4 wives, so many people would call that a ladies' man. But my jaw dropped. I totally missed it on Sunday night when we were watching it. I think I was just shocked by everything else that was going on. I'm like, excuse me, Robin Brown? If we would have gone back even 1 year ago, but certainly for the past 14 seasons, she was there for all 14 seasons. For the past 14 seasons, Robin If anyone would have said that about Cody, she would have been so insulted. She would have stamped her foot down right away and said, oh, clutched her pearls. That is not true. He is not a ladies' man. This is a tenet of our faith. And it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with sex. It has to do with a bond between he and each wife individually. And just as much, it has to do with the bond between each of us sister wives. We are one unit, and we believe we go as one unit up into heaven, on and on and on and on. We would have heard the whole mantra of polygamy as their religious institution and how they believe in the sanctity of it, and how vulgar it would be to use such language as a ladies' man, referring to Cody in the fact that he has more than one wife. Cut to last night? 2 nights ago. Cut to 2 nights ago when she's like, well, he did have 4 wives. Most people would refer to that as a ladies' man, right? Was anyone else as gobsmacked as I was when I finally caught that? I was like, what? I didn't even catch it on Sunday night. Any of you that were watching on Sunday night with me, which there weren't a whole bunch of you because I set it up when I was in a different time zone. So I had the wrong time zone set up. But those of you who caught it, I mean, who is this woman? Who is this woman? Clearly, she doesn't believe in the whole polygamy as part of her faith thing anymore. Now, he was a polygamist just because he was a ladies' man? And she's so proud of that? Oh, I didn't even know what to say. Don't even know what to say. Okay. Let's see here. But good question, Twyla. I went off on a bit of a tangent there. All right, let me see if we go back here a little bit. This episode, I swear. Thank you, Nadine. And Nicole, thank you for hitting the like button. You too, Vixen. All right, Knit My Bit, good to see you here. All right, Crystal, good to see you as well. Rebecca, glad to have you here. Stacy too. And Carrie and Birdie K, good to see you. Vicky, oh, look at all the people here. Okay, Kitty. All right, so we start off with, first of all, does anyone believe near the beginning we have Mary? I'm probably going to keep cleaning these glasses because it's the first time I wore them. So they still had that little sticker on the front. And I tried to get the little sticky stuff off, but I keep seeing it. Does anyone believe that Mary did not know what the carpet matching the drapes meant? I mean, it's possible. She was pretty sheltered. She was raised in this AUB, pretty sheltered faith, went directly at age 19 into a marriage with other polygamous people. I mean, she started to acquire friends outside of it, but really until Jen, I don't think she had a non-AUB, non-polygamous friend who was worldly, if you will, that really joked around. And Mary likes to joke around about sex a lot, let me tell you. A little too much, in my opinion. Whatever. Float your boat. But I'm like, was that set up for the show? Just for them to do their joke? I don't know. Let me just throw it out there. I can't tell. I couldn't tell. At first, I believed it, and then I thought, how could she not know that reference? Maybe not, though. Okay. Twyla. Third one today. Look at her throwing out burning questions and burning observations. Ari saying finally, I mean, I say in the video that's going to come out later that Ari is the one that's going to write the best book someday. That girl speaks her mind. She says what's on her mind. And I think that's why they always try to keep her in the back and she's never mic'd. Yeah, finally. It was great. It was great. Although it was great from my perspective. Quite frankly, if that came out of one of my children's mouths, it wouldn't. Let me just say that. I mean, I don't even know what I would do because it wouldn't. It was disrespectful. It was I mean, it was appropriate because he went on and on and on and on and on. But it was disrespectful. The way she talks to her parents makes me wonder what she talks like in school, too. I wonder if she gets in trouble. I think she's a handful. I think she is. Okay, that's it. I always say I'm not going to talk about kids that are under 18 on the show because it's not their choice to be on the show. But so let me just twist it back to my original statement, which is I loved it. I loved it because we were all thinking it. And all the kids were thinking it. Robin was even thinking it. She's like, can we move on? You know, she's constantly touching her hair. She was actually doing kind of a Christine that time, petting it. All right, TL, good to see you. Okay. Lindsay B says, I honestly think that he stole that picture from the funeral because he didn't have any. Oh, that's right. That was up in the funeral, Lindsay B. That's a great observation. I didn't think about that. Yeah, and he put it in the garage because that is his place. That's his man cave where he hangs out to get away from everyone and everything. He's going to go bonkers now to not have other houses to go to. He really is. He's going to go insane. That garage is going to get double, triple, quadruple the time that it received before, as will all the local restaurants. Oh, goodness. He can't say he's in another wife's house anymore. But yes, that picture was up on a tripod at the funeral. Yeah, he didn't have it before then. Gosh, I didn't think about that when I made my video. And part of me even thought at one point, I wonder why he has such a great photo of Garrison. I wonder if Garrison, duh. And I remember thinking, oh, I've seen that there before. No, I saw it at the funeral. That's where I saw it. Yep, he got it because he doesn't have another photo of Garrison. And she's not going to let it in the house. So in the garage it stays, which is fine because, you know, he spends a lot of time there. But hello, Beth, and welcome to Alive. Glad to have you here. Andrea, welcome to you, and Amy as well. Hello, and thank you for hitting the like button. The 54th person to do so, and Angelia was number 57. I was going to call you Angelica. I stopped myself. Angelia, 57. Is this Miss Shanna Banana? It is. First of all, Raiders, Ma. 2 months. Whoop, whoop. I think a lot of us were yelling out loud at our televisions during this. I think we were, really were. And Shanna Banana, thank you very much for the super chat. That is very kind of you. I appreciate you. Missed ya last week. Okay, where did I leave off here? Shoot, I don't know if it was up or down. Oh, Jenny. Where did we go? I thought it might be highlighted, but maybe because I went over to the other tab, the highlighting went away. That highlighting helps me know where I left off. That's something they have to change in StreamYard. think they took it away. All right. So let me randomly see about where we left off. If I miss some, I apologize. But I do want to say hello to everybody. So welcome you all. Old Spirit Art, hello. Oh, Sam, family photos go in junk journals. Of course, it's the appropriate place for them. Junk journals, yes. Yes, and Nicole. Ari doesn't remember her siblings during COVID, right? Because there's no photos of them. We went through all of that. I'm like, how could she not remember them? All you do is look at the photo that you pull off the shelf and point them out. You look in the scrapbook. Where's your junk journal? Pull out your junk journal that you have, Robin. Nope. Whose fault is it if your child can't remember who their siblings are? Whose fault is it? When your husband is preventing you from keeping them from the house, you are not arranging to get on FaceTime. You are not pointing to picture. You should do it every night before you go to bed. We don't need to go back there again. We've been down this whole thing before. But yep. Okay. Oh, we did see a bathroom. You're right, Shanna Banana. We saw a bathroom. Mostly the cupboards and the floor. That was the length of time, but we've seen shots inside the bathroom. A lot of junk and stuff in there as well. Even on the main level floor. It's amazing to me how much stuff and accumulated, like hair dryers and tonics and just stuff and all that was in that main bathroom floor, on the main floor. Stuff that you would expect to be in your bathroom off your bedroom. I'm sure Cody and Robin had a bathroom off their bedroom. Interesting. Anyway. Okay. Joni seems like they would have had an 8x10 made, put in the office along with pictures of all the kids and grandkids. One would think at least an 8x10. A picture that size could be over a desk in an office, right? The whole family. I mean, ideally it would have been at Christine's wedding, but Christine and her new husband's in that one, so that's not going to work. I think there may have been a picture of just all the kids, though, at Christine's wedding. He could have gotten his hands on that, but maybe just knowing it's Christine's wedding, he wouldn't want it. That had Garrison in it. That had all the kids except for Robin's kids because they weren't there. Okay. That's My Shoe says that when she dies, so she is pretty sure that her family will not hit a stagecoach and a Wild Wild West show. We have Janelle over at Maddie's house with Caleb blessing the food, everybody holding hands, and them talking about arrangements and plans about family getting together and how Maddie is letting everybody come into her home. Savannah's going to be moving there too, and talking about arrangements to go to Wyoming. And then we cut to woohoo! And Cody talking about how he's just like Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill Cody. I think Ari, a lot of times with Cody, she seems kind of over his behavior. I found it interesting. I talk about this. I don't know how much I'm going to keep in and how much I'm going to edit out because I'm not to the end of the video at all. Maybe a third of the way through it today. But the whole time in that restaurant, Solomon was staring straight. It looks like he's staring straight ahead at the wall across the room. Now, likely he was staring at a family, maybe a family with kids or something going on. The bottom line is he was not engaged with the family at all. But if we think back to the fake after baptism brunch, dinner, whatever that was, same thing. Solomon's just sat there staring the entire time. He was like, I'm over this family. He had nothing to contribute. He was at a level of 0 when it came to interest in what was going on there. And Ari essentially too. I felt like Ari got paid off to not say anything because she was kind of like, I want to say something. And Robin was like, every time I pinch the back of your neck, that's a reminder that you're not going to get another palette of eyeshadow if you don't behave during this meal. It's my interpretation of what may have gone down. Felt like there was some bribery to keep her quiet. And she had a hard time. She had ants in her pants during that meal at the end of the stagecoach day. Of course, Cody went on and on about what a long day it was and how exhausted they were. And like, well, but they were going to sit and watch a show first. The show got canceled, so dinner got pushed up earlier. They sat down to eat. So like, I don't understand the excuse. And she's not in preschool, not in kindergarten. She was like, what, 3rd grade? 2nd grade? 3rd grade? 2nd or 3rd grade. I think 3rd grade. She can sit through her dinner. She struggled to. Oh, my apologies. Forgot to turn that off. There we go. Okay, again, I apologize. I wasn't going to talk about the youngins. I say it, as I said in the video, to critique the parenting, not to critique the kid. It's not the kid's fault. It's the parenting. All right. Riker says he offered Mary to live in his garage or guest house, so Garrison gets to be there too. Yes. Yeah, Mary can relate. Mary can relate to Garrison. Yeah. It's where you get the extra stuff, your junk, the stuff you don't need, the stuff that's storage, the Mary. Do you remember that line she said? Now it's the Garrison too. They all get to go into the garage. Chat is so hard to keep up with so many people. That's true. Sunday night is easier. But it's fun when there's so many people. Okay. Yeah, they had double garages in Vegas. Still no room for a car, except for Robin's house. That was his excuse for always being over there. Okay. Amy agrees. 100% things are falling apart at Robin's. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's starting to unravel. We're seeing the cracks now. We're seeing the cracks. I feel like next season, we're going to start to see the cracks get bigger and the beginning of the crumbling happen. Hello, North Carolina. Good to see you, Janet. Hello, Kim Dog Mama. Yeah. They're trying extremely hard to redeem their image. I mean, if they're trying to redeem their image, like, what is it like if they're not trying? That's what I want to know. Because it's going poorly. It really is. Really not going well at all. Yeah, Crystal. Board games that are brand new. Board games that they had to like struggle to get the box open because, the first time you open it, it's hard to get any box open when it's factory sealed. Right. And Cody asking the kids how to play because he had no idea. Yeah, That's the game that they play perpetually. The producers just brought some games in. Well, if we're going to do a game night, we have to go get some games. Producer's like, we'll send a PA out. We'll get some games for you. Kathy, next week we need something less sad. Well, fear not. It's the funeral. It's the actual funeral. Be prepared with a box of tissues. Although, where did I see somebody say they saw a clip of it? I'm not on top of anything. I just got back from being gone for a week. So I'm behind on my whole life and trying to play catch up. So trying to look ahead is like way down here on my list of things to do. But apparently there was a clip of Robin and her family at the burial site. I don't know if they actually did like another funeral service or if they just, I'm not sure what they did, but at the burial site, and it was sort of Robin's family here and the rest of the family here. So I don't think that went really well. Yeah, Robin smiled and laughed more this episode than in the host show. Isn't that nice? TLC, they're not holding back. They are not holding back. Disgusting. And it's her talking about her Buffalo Bill husband. It's whack. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Not a lot of Mary in this episode, but I will say that she did make me cry when she was talking about, let me just say for the record, Mary is truly moved and impacted by the situation with Garrison. And I know a lot of people don't like Mary at all. I didn't like Mary for 13 seasons. So I was in that camp. I've softened in the last season, and I'm more softened this season. Not that she's my favorite or anything, but I definitely have softened. I've seen a different side of Mary, and I also see Mary trying. And so I have a tender heart for people who are willing to try. Cody and Robin, no try. There's no try in them. None. Which was heartbreaking in this episode because we actually saw Cody at a breaking point, and we actually saw Cody with emotions. Shocker. He has some, but it didn't make a difference. Clearly it wasn't rock bottom for him. It was just, we have emotions. Are we gonna react to them and change our behavior or anything? No. So, but Mary, on the other hand, I see really trying to be a different person. And again, unless the family will come out and speak to what horror of horrors happened, I have no room to judge her. She was mean. Okay. Have we not all had people in our lives that are mean? I mean, those of us in our 50s, or those of you in your 60s or even 70s that are watching this channel, what did we see growing up? Times are different now. I mean, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. So I agree and I understand and I support anyone who went through something and they don't want, but this mob mentality of she's just a horrible person and I'm going to make fun of her every time I see her on screen. And, just this visceral anger toward her, I don't get. I appreciate Christine, who clearly is not a fan of Mary's at all, but has taken the high road. And she just says, you know what? We're just not going to be friends. That's it. As Janelle does too, but Janelle has actually taken steps more steps forward towards Mary. But Christine, it's Christine's kids that are the ones that have the difficult time with Mary. I mean, I don't know. Some of Janelle's too, I think. So I don't know. I have no information. So it's hard for me to just jump on the bandwagon of she's a horrible person. Maybe. Until then, all I saw was a person who was angry and who seemed very immature and who's like really loud, too loud at times, and had a very aggressive tone of voice. She has a very aggressive tone of voice, and still sometimes does now. But she seems to be in therapy and working on herself. So there you go. That being said, I appreciated in this episode, as the prior one as well, her talking about, what it meant to her, and not just talking about it. You saw it. You saw her emotions and you saw her break down. So in this episode, when she talked about Garrison and how he just, everybody, how he, rescued, and Christine spoke to it as well, but how he was for the downtrodden, and, how he was just that kid. He had a heart for those that were in need. And she said that it was sad that it took this kind of event to get all the kids together, but it was good to see all the kids together except for one. But then that is Garrison. And that was like, that broke my heart, that it was almost like, not that he intentionally did that, but like as it played out, it was sort of kismet, just sort of as the stars lined up and as he went, and then the family comes together. That's just sort of Garrison's story, if you will. So I like that. The tongue thing. I forgot to talk about that. We can talk about it right now. I forgot to talk about that because that was right at the very end. And then Cody said something else. And so I instantly talked about the other thing and I forgot to go back. I don't know what I was going to say anyway, but I know it was so bizarre because the comment that she made was her imitating her father. And then she said, right? I'm going to pull it up. I swear I don't want to do it on the screen because I think I'll go silent if I do. The second time that I watched it through, I realized she actually was imitating her dad when she did that. And I'm like, does she know what she's doing? Is she trying? I mean, I don't know if, and Robin and her laughter at Brianna, honest to goodness, she just thinks that girl is hysterical, which is not true, but all she does is encourage her. Okay, so here it is.
We'll always see it.
Okay.
And wonder what was missed in the future that would have been. And it's a game of.
Oh, it might be a little further on. All right, hold on. So he's going on, it might have been before this actually. He's going on talking about, she's trying to imitate, we don't get much from Aurora. She holds her cards pretty close to her chest. Okay, let's see. It's right about here. Because here's Robin going. So it's right around there.
So he named it Cody. He wanted to be different, so he used a K. He was a scout for the U.S. Army. And later on in his life, he became friends or
Okay, so as Cody's sitting here talking all about these characteristics of Buffalo Bill, I'm going to cut this and show it in the thing. Solomon's like this.
I think I'm sort of entertaining.
Let me get it out of here. And then Solomon's just staring after that. Brianna is like kind of furrowing her brow and staring at him. And Robin's like, is that like you? Charming, entertaining? And then he's talking about being a ladies' man. This is when Brianna covers her face. And she's like, oh my God. Now Robin's laughing. Oh, this is funny. And then Cody says, I don't think I'm a ladies' man at all. And Brianna has her head down like, oh my God, get me out of here. Robin's like, okay, so funny.
Just see the look.
Why is that so funny?
He's like,
I'm not saying I never.
And then she is imitating her dad. And she's like, he's like, and then does the weird tongue thing. I don't even want to do it. I'm not even going to do it. I'm like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? And then Robin laughing even more. So weird. You thought it was very telling what she did. Oh. Solomon's just looking straight down. He has no idea what's going on. Ari is now looking over. She disappeared for a while. I had no idea where she went. Aurora seems to be kind of smiling, but Brianna's now making another face over there. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You think Brianna knows what the tongue thing means? You think? Do you think TLC just let that go? That Brianna knows what's going on and they just put that on? I don't know. Oh my gosh. This family is so weird. They're so weird. This table conversation couldn't be more odd. Could you imagine if you sat down, if you were like a friend of one of theirs and you went and sat down to dinner with them at their table? And then you got home and your mom's like, hey, how was dinner with your friend Brianna or Aurora or Ari or whatever? And you were like, okay. But I don't know what happened. They're weird, Mom. They're really weird. Oh, no. Oh. Brianna takes inappropriate to a new level. Yeah. I don't know. Oh. Super icky. Super icky. Like what? Nadine thought she was disgusting. Robin thought it was funny. I'd be afraid to live in the house with her. It was inappropriate. Brianna knew what she was doing. Saul made a sign. He made a face during the sign discussion. Yeah, he's over it. What was the thing with her tongue? Well, I'm not saying anything on this channel because I don't want to get it taken down. It was a special thing that people do when they really love each other. Vixen points out that as soon as they entered the RV for Janelle, immediately, how about you? They were going to be, yeah. And she was like, Brianna was like looking around like, oh, is that the dog's bed? And she's like, Savannah's like, that's my bed. Oh, okay. Yeah, she was so mean. So mean. So mean. Robin laughing. I know. It's just bizarre. It's so bizarre. Okay. I'm surprised. Here's what I'm surprised at. I'm surprised that after that, Robin didn't go to the producers and say, you know what? Can we cut that? Can we take that out? Like, it was spontaneous. It happened. I don't think it's appropriate. My kids are young. They didn't understand it, but they're going to see it someday. And I bet the producers would have taken that out. Like, they haven't given them very good edits this season, but I bet they would have taken that out. That was crazy, that last conversation. All right. Tracy, I don't know, that maybe she didn't fully know if Mary didn't know about the drapes matching the rug. I've known about that since I was a kid. So 4 decades. Yeah. I mean, I think all of us in a normal culture knew about it. The only thing I wonder is if, like, maybe it was just never mentioned or introduced into their culture. And because she went to school, like she did work in a mall when she was in high school. So that was her first introduction to non-AUB people. So it was a while before she talked to people who would, and it's kind of a specific term, so it's possible. But I don't know. Mary likes to talk about sex so much that it's surprising to me it hasn't come up before now. All right. Let me go back. I kind of jumped ahead to see what people were saying about this conversation. But this is a snapshot of just looking at this. All right, let me take a picture and show you guys. So this is, let me clear my screen. I can't do TLC, even if it's on my DVR. I can't do a screenshot. It's amazing how they have that blocked. It comes out completely black. Isn't that crazy? I don't know how they can do it. Whether it's my laptop or TLC is just, they figured out how to keep you from screen recording, I guess, to then like post it on social media or whatnot. But I can't do like a little clip, although it looks like somebody has some excellent quality. I don't know if they have a camera set up that just, I mean, so that's everything I do. I have to just take my phone and put it next to the screen and then try to crop it. But then I do filters on it and all that anyway to try to make it not look like the show so that it passes copyright. All right, let me see how I can get this up here. Let's see. Present image file. Oh, cancel. Now I have to do an actual screenshot of that because it's camera is too high def. Okay, now I'll bring the picture up for you to see. No, not a video file. Jenny, get it together. Image file. There it is. Dr. Kirk from Psych in Seattle today said he sees no evidence of Cody being a malignant narc. Keep watching Dr. Kirk. I have not memorized all the different narc. He's definitely a narc. I just don't know if malignant or there's so many different categories. Okay. So, can you all see the picture now? Hopefully on the screen it's popped up that you can see it. So here is right after she did the little thing. And this is so classic of this scene. So here's her making her little comment. Cody with his hand up denying that he ever said. Now she's not making the actual motion right now. She just finished. Cody is just sort of like laughing, going, no, 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 no. I wasn't a womanizer. Is that what? Not a womanizer. Ladies' man. I think that's what it was. Ladies' man. And Robin is just laughing. And here's Saul and Ari. So thrilled to be here. Just happy to be here. Ari's looking over like, is it time to go yet? Please. Oh. Saul, he's looking down now. He's not looking across the restaurant anymore. But this is pretty standard. Usually Saul's looking down and it always looks like he's going, please, sir, may I have some porridge? Any food? Please, may I have some food? Everyone always tends to have food and he has nothing in front of him. Here you can see a little bit of her cheek in the other picture. It looks like she's kind of like looking down and smiling like, what's going on down there? Yeah, poor Saul, staring at the same napkin that he does at every meal. Poor little Saul. And Brianna just making her silly face. And that Robin thinks it's so funny. So funny. Oh, Verna. Thank you for... Whoops. They jump so far. That's like 5 messages later. Here we go. Did I get it? Yeah. Thank you for appreciating my Oliver reference. Please, sir, may I have some more porridge? Twyla. Am I wrong, or did Cody never mention attending the family reunion like others said they were doing when they had the burial? Maybe even his mom has disowned him. I know Christine and her family talked about the family reunion. I know McKelty talked about it on her Patreon, going to the family reunion. I know Janelle on this episode talked about the family reunion. I don't know. When I go back and do the editing, I'll hear it again because they did specifically at the very end. Cody talked about the progress.
So that's it.
Oh wait, here it is.
I was a polygamist because of religion.
All right.
Okay, I was never a ladies' man. I had 4 wives. That's all. I wasn't a ladies' man.
Okay.
And having 4 wives didn't make me a ladies' man.
Oh, and this is where Robin.
He did have 4 wives. I mean, like, most people would consider that ladies' man or whatever.
Are you excited to go to the ranch tomorrow?
Okay, the ranch.
And then Sunday, we're going to the graveside funeral. So that's it.
Sunday to the funeral, and that's it.
I feel like the gravesite.
Yes, nothing about a family reunion. You're right. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, he's not. Or they're choosing not to go. I don't know, one or the other. Inhalation aerosols. Thank you for the super chat. I want to tell all Netflix documentary with the kids and ex-wives about who Robin and Cody really are. Oh, from your typing fingers to God's ears. Oh, or to TLC's ears. I would love it. Love it. You know how much money that would make? It would make so much money. I don't have Netflix. I would subscribe to Netflix. Right there. They just made money. What is that? $7.99 a month? $8.99? What is it now? It's probably outrageous. I don't care. I'd get it at least for a month to watch that. Yes. It would be worth it. Oh, if they could get them to talk. Netflix can get people to talk usually too. Right? I don't have Netflix. I have once in my life, but I have so many other subscriptions. I don't have time. I don't have time to watch Netflix. Oh, it would be amazing. You know, I think it's possible after the show ends. My philosophy, my hypothetical, as I talk about this, let me change the banners and get the, oh, this is the problem. There we go. My hypothesis is this. I think that the kids are trying to be respectful to their parents right now, and they don't want to say something on the show that may hinder the future of the show while their parents are still making money on the show. And while the show is still happening, any of their parents' side jobs are going to be making more money than they would once the show ended, which makes sense. So I don't think they want to hinder it. I also feel like that is why nobody's talking. That is the implication, I should say. That is the implication that I am interpreting from why McKelty won't say anything about Mary. Not because she cares about Mary being off the show or Mary not making money off of her side gigs, but if what she says about Mary is so horrendous that the show would end, it would affect her mom's bank account by ending the show and thus not being able to promote Moab B&B anymore or Plexus anymore. Plus all the money they make from the show. So I think because of that, we're not going to get any really good, juicy anything out of any of the kids till the show is over. And then when it's over, will they talk and all that? I don't know. Maybe. I hope so. I mean, we're all here for it. So I hope so. I mean, they can make a lot of money. Any of those kids that want money, just start talking. I mean, it's their family. So fair enough. Anyone that still wants to have a good relationship with their father, if they talk smack about Robin, it's going to ruin that relationship with Cody. So if they want to, stay in good graces with Cody, then they're not going to be able to talk publicly about Robin. He's made that very clear. He's drawn a line in the sand when it comes to her. So he may have scared them enough. Of course, I'm sure he's done the whole threaten to cut them out of the will anyway talk. How much you want to bet he has anyway? And Robin and her kids are the only ones that are involved in that. They can make just as much money off of a book deal. Okay. Back to the chat. Oh. And the chat is going wild. Oh, Raiders Ma. Got another super chat in here. Eat True Hollywood Style. Eat True Hollywood Style. I haven't seen that in a while. I watch everything like on streaming that's recorded in my DVR. I don't watch anything like on live TV ever anymore. I remember when, years ago now, I'm dating myself, but like 15 to 20 years ago when I moved into this house and we had cable installed and we had a problem with it, and the guy had to come back and he was looking in the DVR and there was nothing in the DVR. And he was trying to show me about the DVR because you have nothing in your DVR. And I'm like, oh, well, no, you can show me that. He goes, my wife and I, we don't watch anything on the regular cable channel. We just watch from our DVR. And I just thought he was bizarre. And here I am. I'm catching up. I'm in the same place. But E! True Hollywood Stories, I remember watching all the time. DJ Tag, and thank you, Raider Smile, for the super chat. DJ Tag, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. And before I move on, let me read as part of membership. Thank you all for your memberships. I appreciate you. Those who are able to keep the lights on level are those who are just doing it to just throw support my way. I appreciate it. It's the basic level. I know it doesn't come with a lot of bells and whistles, so it's the price of a third of a cup of coffee if you go to Starbucks a month. But I do appreciate you being here, and your names we're scrolling at the bottom for the first half of this live chat. You also get the stars next to your name for being a member, which change with how many months you have. And you also have access to the icons that are here, the fun little icons like the pants on fire and those type of things. And for the next two levels, big supporters and exclusive SOS supporters, there's other benefits, and you can read through those. But one of them is I do the shout outs at the live. And so here we go. My big supporters are Liz S., Karen Perk, Leslie Reddick, J Shanty 3, G Kitty 52, Linda W, Carla Colson, Aaliyah, Crafty Florida Lady, Shaniqua Smith, Alwyn the Mini Chef, Lynn Skinner, and Knit My Bit. And our exclusive SOS supporters are Holly Jones, Marie Lingham, Evie, Kimberly Blake, Steph Stevens, Joni C 615, Stacy G, New River Trail Contemplations, Vanessa CHSYL, Shotzi Pete's, I probably pronounced that wrong, I apologize. Anonymous, Birdie K, Diane Almeida, Marsha Cooper, Living an Eclectic Life, Farron Ullman, Kendra MP, That's My Shoe, Amy D, I'm Your Huckleberry, Libby Sure, Laura McWilliams, Lindsay B, Lisa, Xochitl Amarillo, Joni C, Lisa Gasca, Tracy's Fractured History and More, Alexandria Swan, Shanna Banana, Rain Lady, Cheryl Smith, Sarah Lewis, Sean J, Marie Crabb, Waldo's Mom, Lisa F, Danny Towns, Michelle, Ms. Lita, Ladybird's Mom, Donna Redmond, Jessica Denham. Wait. Kaylin, Alyssa 1704, and Dee Dee. I should really make those a little bit bigger. Getting old. Thank you, everybody. All levels. Okay. And to the chat we go. Oh, wait, there's a few more stickers here. Oh, they're popping up. Tracy's Fractured History and More sent a $1.99 super sticker. Thank you very much, Tracy. And we have a new member. Carol Annie D. Carol Annie, you send a lot of comments under my videos. I appreciate you. Thank you for becoming a member. Okay. Now to my comments. Oh, I'm 151 comments behind. Well, I will do the best I can. Where are they? How come they've disappeared? Oh, there they are. Okay. I'm like, there's too many. I can't read them. Sam Stewart, his mom has dementia. Are you talking about Cody's mom? Mama squirrel, no food at the table, just like at home. Self. That's funny. Oh, totally. So we'll do a Dayton and stop participating. the day he turns 18, but I don't think the show's going to be around that long. So he'll go when he can, but he's going to have to hang around as long as they make him film. I mean, they've got no storyline without the kids. They don't interact with anyone else in the family, so. And they're boring as all get out. Thank you, Lynn. Please like and subscribe. Helps the channel. And that's free. So, like, comment, subscribe, join, anything you want to do. In fact, we've had so many super chats, I should do my little thank you here. I didn't make it into a thank you yet. I'm working on it, but this is the best I can do. Here we go. Gotta like some police. That's for sure. Okay. Surviving Cody Brown. That's a good name for a book. DJ said she would subscribe to Netflix to watch that. Yeah. Wouldn't we all? 100%. Even if we just did it for a month. It's worth it. Yes. Yes. And then when you sit there and talk about it, Cody is still in my sister wife's closet. I heard, or I saw, I get notifications from some Reddit that I'm subscribed to, belong to. So that's where I sometimes see some stuff when I say, oh, I saw or I heard. I see it on my phone. I just get the notification. So I read like the first 2 lines of things. It's not reliable information by any means. But somebody said that it was recently just taken down. It would have been like today or yesterday. Somebody said that my sister wife's closet was taken down. The documentary will happen 5 years after the show ends, like the Duggars. Yeah. Yeah. Give it a little bit of time and then people, they'll start being ready to sing for sure. I'm trying to think. I want to say I started talking about David when I did my video and then I stopped. I got on a tangent, which I didn't intend to at all, but my videos, I just kind of talk off the cuff. And you guys know, like, I go here, I go there, and I go everywhere. And before I know it, I have 3 hours of stuff I talked about. And then I have to edit it all down. But I started talking about like all of the number of people that we keep hearing on this show that take their lives and the people that they know, like the people in their communities that this has happened to. Robin has allegedly her uncle stepdaddy, and her brother. And I feel like Christine might have known somebody, but I'm not certain about that one. And now Garrison. And then, Christine's, David's ex-wife. And then David also said he has several friends. I'm like, this is kind of crazy. Now, when I was walking through airports, I was listening to part of Melanie talking on Notes to Self, and she was addressing it. But again, there's gate number 323, please report to your. So I didn't hear clearly a lot of it, but I felt like she said something to the effect of it is common, but I didn't quite hear why. I didn't catch why. Why? I don't know why. It's common. Um, I don't know if I don't want to misrepresent. I don't want to say it's common, but not unusual. Let me just say that. Maybe she did say common. I don't know, but I don't want to throw that out there. But not unusual. It is unusual. I don't know anybody personally that this has happened to. I can say two people I know of secondarily, one of my child knew of somebody, it wasn't even a friend, knew of somebody in their middle school class that this happened to. And then I had somebody in my middle school class when I was in school whose parent did this. That's it. That's all my exposure to it in my whole life. So it's like I know somebody who knows somebody. Like this is very personal in these circles for these people to know so many people. And like it just seems so prevalent. So it just shocked me. And then I kind of got on that tangent. So I ended up not really talking a whole lot about the fact, but I appreciate that David was transparent, and it was very touching when he shared what it was like to have to tell his kids. I can't even imagine. His kids seem amazing. I don't know. We don't see much from them. They could be hoodlums with one or two that are good. I don't know. But from what we see, they seem lovely. Christine indicates that they're lovely. That's all I know. It seems like he did a pretty great job. Kudos to him, because it's been many years. So they were pretty young, and there were 7 of them. And he is working full time. How hard is it to raise 7 kids? Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, 7 kids, that's crazy. He was a single parent working full time. And then what we know about him is that he also would get up extra early to shovel other neighbors' driveways because one was handicapped and one was a single mom and one. This is a man with a heart of gold, really a good guy. So it was nice that was in there. It was kind of him to be able to share that part. And I think it's very lovely and special and just sort of God designed that he and Christine came together. And here he is, here for her, to support her and to really be able to be there for her and understand what she's going through, because Garrison was her son in every other way. When Janelle was at work, she was there raising him, teaching him. She was his teacher. She was acting role of mom while Janelle was away. Like she was the role of mom for him. She was another mom. So she was more mom to Garrison than Cody was a dad to Garrison, in my opinion. All right. Oh, Verna, that's true. Peyton said that. Okay. He doesn't want his mom to lose her income. There you go. Boom. Yes. All right. Sometimes my opinion is true. Sometimes I know what I'm talking about. All right. Inhalation aerosols. Robin and Cody better not sell memorial merch for Garrison. Could you imagine? I mean, nothing could be more inappropriate. They better not. I mean, they're not doing a very good job of trying to redeem themselves, but no, they better not. You're right. Lordy. Lynn, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you. Very nice. Okay. Tracy, Cody is the kind of guy who would sue his own child for defamation. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. Kim Dog Mama, I'm waiting for real talk and want to see what happens with these two parasites down the road after the show ends. Right. What is going to happen to them? What is going to happen to them? Sam said, yeah, it's all going to Robin's kids. Yeah, not a penny of Cody's money is going to go to his kids. No. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. And Jenna says, I hope one of the kids wins the lottery. Wouldn't that be amazing? Yeah. Like multi-millionaire, because Cody is going to come from the philosophy of, that needs to be shared with everybody. Oh no, one of the wives, Christine. Oh, what would bother him more? There you go. All right. I'm going to make a poll. I got to get over to YouTube to do it. Let me go to YouTube. Because I do this through StreamYard, but if I go over to YouTube, I can create a poll. Let me get into the back office of YouTube. We'll do a poll. Who do we think would bother Cody the most if they won, let's say, $10 million? $10 million in the lottery. Which wife? All right. Let me get to the live. Go into the back office. Here we go. Here we are. Okay. And start a poll. Okay. Ask a question. I don't know why yes and no pops up. I hope I can put different options in here. I don't remember how to do that. Okay. Who would Cody hate? Who would Cody not want to win the lottery the most? I can't change yes and no. Let's see here. Let's do Janelle. And we'll do it as a left. Christine. Janelle. Mary. Oh, I guess I have to do it this way. All right. They're not in the order I just said, but that's okay. All right. Who would Cody not want to win the lottery the most? It is worded so poorly. Please excuse the grammar of the question. I don't know how to properly word it. All right, I'm going to start the poll. There we go. It should be posted for you to see. Y'all know what I mean. You know what I mean. Oh, goodness, that's funny. Respond to what I mean, not really what I'm saying. Okay. some of the kids may have NDAs, but McKelty said she doesn't. Her and Tony said they don't have an NDA, and they're on the show a lot, and they have a Patreon. Now, they do sometimes commiserate with each other, and they imply that they're careful about some of the stuff they'll say on their Patreon because they don't want to be kicked off of being on the show, because I do believe that they are getting some money for being on it now. Unless they just really care that much about being on air. I don't think so. I think they get money for it because they gave the impression at any rate that if they misspeak, that they'll upset the producers, implying that they wouldn't be on as much. And they do make comments about like how they were upset that they weren't on about this, or they were upset that this didn't get shown. And like, they really want to be on the show a lot. And usually the way it works is the more on air time that actually gets on air, not how much you get recorded, but how much actually makes it onto the air will dictate what you get paid. So, yeah. Aw, that's a good point, Shanna Banana. Poor Saul's learning all the wrong ways to be in love. Yeah. Yeah, he is a full-blown narcissist. He's 100% a full-blown narcissist. The question is, what category does it fall into? But really, does it matter in the end, right? He is what he is. He is what he is. Yes, he is. Thank you for that super sticker. Tracy. Rita wants to know if Robin knows how to cook. Her whole life is unemployment. She should know now how to cook. You'd think, right? You'd think. And she only mentioned on the show that she can make like 2, maybe 3 things at most. I don't think so. Now, at the end of the show, they did pivot and go back to talking about Garrison and the shelter. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved the way they did it. I didn't expect it. I did start to tear up and cry when I was watching it live. I didn't know we were going to go there with that. I mean, no, the Garrison stuff, like I can usually pull myself together for that and like hold back, but I couldn't. And then you threw animals in on top of it, and talking about people who weren't able to afford them now could, and they had the picture on the wall, and then we also saw Janelle crying during it, and then the lady was crying as well as she's talking about it. I'm like, oh, people, and then they have to choose that music underlying it all. That was rough. But it was lovely. It was a great tribute to him. I misspoke when I recorded my video. I think I said 30% more. It was actually 20% more. And it was like 30 some cats got adopted, which was like 20% more than usual in the month of March, because they were able to subsidize them all and not charge for those adoptions. So people who weren't able to afford them. I just hope that they're afford to take care of them. Those always make me a little bit nervous when that happens. It's way more expensive to take care of the cat than it is to adopt the cat. That makes me a little bit nervous, but hopefully people fall in love with it, and then they will do whatever it takes to take care of the cat. That's it. The bomb lasagna. She can make a bomb lasagna, according to her. Although, doesn't it have like, I think I remember it having like American cheese slices in it or something that you normally wouldn't put in it. Like, oh, it has all these different kinds of cheeses and included American cheese slices. I'm like, yeah, processed cheese like that. I don't know. Okay. Rita said, oh my God, I just realized I'm 10 minutes behind. I'm probably way more than that. I need to catch up. I need to start scrolling fast and just get closer to where everybody else is. I'm looking at some of these comments, and I know that was from like 20 minutes ago. Or more. I should go to the end and then just start going backwards a little bit. Oh, I agree, Gabe. Gabe at the end. Oh, my heart. Man, because Gabe and Garrison were so close, you know? Those two boys were close in age. They did everything together. Mm. Or are you talking about Gabe writing a book? Gabe was there. He was in the thick of it. He probably heard his father say stuff that if he was willing to share. And Garrison would have told Gabe everything that Cody said to him, all the stuff that didn't make it onto camera. And you know, Gabe is probably holding a grudge for the rest of his life. Oh, yeah. Gabe has a lot to say. Is that what all these Gabes are for? It probably is. I thought at first it was just like, oh, Gabe at the end was heartbreaking. It was probably who could write the best book. Gabe knew it all. I would also say the girls, any book by Robin would have big pictures in it. Big picture. My big picture has in it Puddle Monkey and Sacred Cow with her statement necklace and her frown. She doesn't have her eyebrows, though. She has her eyebrows over here. You save the eyebrows for She-Ra. She-Ra has too happy of a face. I don't know if I can make her have an appropriate frown. I just realized the other day, though, when I was editing this, not the other day, earlier today, I was editing the video and I was like, look at that. I can do it too. I think as I get older and my face keeps falling, I'm getting closer to being able to make a Robin face. I was editing the video and I was looking at my face going, whoa, since when can I do that? I've become Robin. Never thought I'd actually go in for plastic surgery, but this just might push me over the edge. This might be it. Okay. Leon could write a good book, but Leon wasn't around for all the COVID stuff and like the real juicy part of the family, the whole part of the family falling apart. Leon knows everything when it comes to the catfishing. All the dirt there. But Gabe knows everything when it really comes to the dirt of the family falling apart. Yeah, and Christine, I just don't know what that book. She keeps insisting that book is going to be, her book is going to have dirt in it. We'll see. It's on pre-order. As soon as I get it, we'll discuss. I'm not encouraged. Let's put it that way. Not encouraged. Hi, Petey's mom. Oh, of course it's not subscribers only. Oh, yay. Yeah, the only thing that's subscribers only is when we do the live watches. Now, although when the book comes, that being said, how apropos that I looked at that comment right when I'm talking about this. I might have to do some of Christine's book. I'm definitely going to discuss all the stuff with the book here on Tuesday nights. Or will the show be going on then? We might have to do a Wednesday night. Might have to do 2 nights. I might do some live reading on Sunday nights on the SOS subscriber channel, only because it just came out. And I don't want to, I have no intention of taking money out of Christine's pocket. Now, I did the live read like a chapter at a time and then discussed it and talked about it chapter at a time and all that, because that book was like 10 years old. It had been out forever. In fact, the copy I got was from a library that pulled it from its shelf. Like they're like, nobody's even requesting it from the library anymore. And that's where I received my copy. $10 out the door, postage included, tax and postage, $10 flat. That's my copy from some library somewhere in the United States. Which is why it's purple and it has no jacket cover on it. So I felt better about that. I don't feel comfortable, and I don't think anybody should feel comfortable taking a book that just is hot off the presses and opening it up and reading it. And I don't think it's legal. Not only do I don't think it's ethical, I don't think it's legal to just crack open Christine's book and straight read it. I'm sure it violates every copyright. I think what I did with the Sister Wives book might possibly be violating copyright stuff too, because copyright laws are loosey-goosey. They're up for interpretation, which is what's so frustrating about them. The way they're written is if you provide your like input and interpretation, that it could be okay. And yet TLC is constantly throwing copyright strikes on stuff, that content that I will have a clip and talk about it. And YouTube, if somebody, when they run it through again, this is the way it happens. YouTube sends it back to TLC and lets TLC decide. And then TLC again goes, no, we decided we don't change our mind. YouTube doesn't say, well, yeah, you're right, they're being too strict. No, YouTube bows down to whoever the person that created it. So you have nothing to stand on as a content creator. You just have to acquiesce to them. That being said, I feel like you can get away with a lot more if it's like behind a paywall more in a very smaller audience. I don't think they care then, or are even going to notice. I don't think TLC is going to go and pay to be on a subscribe part of a channel. So I think I'm going to do there what I did before. I'm not still going to sit there and just read it straight, but I think I'll do a paragraph and then we'll discuss and then we'll talk about it and we'll read the chat and then I'll do a paragraph. So we'll do chapter by chapter in there like we did the other Sister Wives book. And then on the live, I will discuss it like I did with James on his, where we'll be like, okay, this chapter was about this. And then I will talk all about it. And those people who also had the book can also like kind of chime in and share about it. And so I will tell you all about it and cover everything that's in the chapter. I don't think it's going to be as juicy as the Sister Wives book. One, there were 4 people chiming in. 5, really. Cody kind of had his say as well in there. So there was a lot more input. This is only Christine's point of view. And Christine likes to sugarcoat things. So I'm going to do chapter by chapter with you all in the live and just tell you everything that's in it. That seems fair, right? I think I can get by doing it that way. All right. Yeah, it was fun going through the first book, wasn't it? Especially because I didn't know what was going on. So, okay. Oh, that's funny, Alexandria. I made a video on my YouTube channel of my Chihuahua, and the TV was on, and I got a copyright strike for that. You know, they're horrible. They're really, yeah. I heard something in the background from the television. Copyright strike. Alexandria, you have to tell me what your YouTube channel is so I can follow you. All right. So you can always become a member of my YouTube channel and then become an unmember. You don't have to do it forever if you want to be part. I don't know what it's going to look like. In terms of, I want to stay on top of it, but I have to be realistic. Unfortunately, Christine is bringing this book out. I could kill her. I shouldn't say that. I'll probably get this channel taken down for that comment right there. She is bringing it out in September, right when Sister Wives is starting back up and right when the kids go back to school and speech therapy is beginning again. Thank you, Christine Brown. Right when my life gets really crazy, right before the holidays begin again. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas right around the corner. That just like, really? The whole summer. We got the whole summer. No Sister Wives, no school in session. It's the perfect time for her to drop her book. But no, she's going to do it when our lives are crazy busy. So ideally for me would be 1 chapter a week. I don't want to make you guys wait that long to get through it all. I will try to do 2 chapters a week. I'll do my best. But it might be hard. That's all I can say. Because it's going to have to be 2 live streams. But could be maybe 3. Oh my gosh. Because I'll have the live stream of watching the show. I'll have this stream of recapping the show. And then I would have to have another live stream of reading the book. And then another live stream of recapping it. Holy tamales. Well, I don't know. All right. You guys don't have to hear about my life. Let's go on. I'm going to give myself hives if I think about it. Okay. Copyrights suck. I know. It's the worst. What happened to the videos with Joe? Are those premium members? I don't know who Joe is. Another channel. Who's Joe? I don't know a Joe. That's another channel. Don't tell me I have another thing that I'm doing. Oh, it's just your name, Alexandria Swan. Oh, okay. Well, that'll be easy to find. Okay, I can do that. All right. The horse ride. I thought that horse ride was funny. I was talking about it when I was making the video. Robin, for somebody who lies as much as Robin Brown lies, how can she be such a bad actress? It's shocking to me. It really is. It's just absolutely shocking to me. I guess she's just really good on her feet of coming up with lies. But when it's planned ahead of time and she has lines to deliver, and then she falls apart. Oh, look, a horse and carriage. Oh, what a surprise. Let's get in. The worst actresses, this family, I tell you. Just make something up and say it was Christine's book. That might be more fun, Mama Squirrel. You just create our own chapter by chapter, make our own Sister Wives book, create our own, like which chapter and what they should say. This is what really happened. The real story behind Sister Wives. Oh, that would be fun. We could really create our own. All right, in my bed. I won't read it on my own, so I'll be super patient. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel a little bit of stress and pressure because I know other content creators are just going to pump it out right away because they just do this channel. And I don't know. I got other jobs. Oh, Fairy D, like number 319. Thank you for joining and thank you for hitting the like button. Oh, you know what I just realized? Leanne, you're probably thinking of James. James and I did the Sister Wives book. So it ended when the book ended. We got through the book. So that was our thing. I mean, maybe we'll go back and talk about Christine's book. I mean, we might go back and do a reflection together of it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that with him instead of just doing it on my own. That could be. Maybe James and I will discuss it. Maybe I'll do the read through on my own thing, and then he and I will discuss it. I don't know. I'll have to get together with him and see what he wants to do, see if he's interested in doing that. That's a possibility. All right. Okay, did we cover everything? Okay, we talked about the pet thing. I know so many people on this channel are pet lovers, so I'm sure that all of us were in tears with that. We're winding down to the end here, so I want to make sure we covered everything. She worked at Kendra Scott. Yes. She's so pretty, isn't she? Oh, she's like a model. And she's pregnant now. I got to look into that storyline too. I forgot that that's got to be an and another thing. But I've been out of the loop. So I got to get more info on that. She's gorgeous. Just like, oh, Christine's girls are just beautiful. Marie wants to know if you have to pay to adopt a rescue pet in the States. You do. But they're not really overrun. We were looking for a rescue or any dog for my mom. After her dog passed away, it took months to find one. Ever since COVID, I thought it would ease up. COVID, everybody was home. So then everyone wanted a pet. And so shelters became empty because everyone adopted. And I thought that would kind of ease up. It's 5 years later and it's still hard to find a dog unless you want a pit. The shelters are full of pits. Or a pit mix. Some mastiffs. So if you want a larger dog, but like my parents are old, they are 89 and 87. And they didn't need a big dog to pull them over, especially my dad, who has a hard time walking. He's had 2 strokes that were in the motor cortex of his brain. So he's unstable on his feet. They are fall risks, both of them. They don't need any big dog that's going to pull them. They don't have a fenced-in yard. They needed a small dog, lap dog. So we were looking, and we knew that just a regular puppy was not going to be feasible. They were going to be gone right away. And just a regular small dog that somebody was giving up, that would be gone in 2 seconds if it ended up in the shelter. By the time you see it in the shelter, it's gone. By the time it makes it to a website, gone. Pretty much people who knew people who worked in shelters would like call their friends and they would be gone. So they were going to mostly be dogs from rescued from puppy mills. And sadly, the state of Ohio is, I want to say, number one, if not maybe number two, in terms of puppy mills. So, yeah, both my mom and my sister ended up getting dogs that were rescued from puppy mills indirectly. One went to a rescue that rescued dogs from puppy mills, and then my sister ended up getting it from there. I talked about that one the other day on the live stream because that dog is addicted to watching. I always want to call it SVU. Ching. What is that show? Law and Order. Bizarre. If Law and Order's on TV, that dog just stares at the TV. It's just crazy. So I think it was on around the clock in the puppy mill for whatever reason. It's a Cavalier King Charles. And then my mom actually got it from a rehome situation, but that the person who was rehoming her dog had gotten it from a place that had gotten it from a puppy mill. And that was some sort of like, I don't know, it's a poodle terrier kind of mix. It's really sweet. Yeah. And that's how you have to find a dog. It's crazy. And veterinarians are in high demand in the States because everybody has a pet now. But we really need people to take pit mixes. Anybody who's willing to take a pit bull. Shelter's full of those. At least in the Midwest. I mean, there might be some states that have, but anywhere, certainly in Ohio, can't find a dog. There's cats. Okay. Now, are you talking about Christine's book? Christine's book you can get, I want to say I get it like 2 days before everybody else, a day or two before everyone else through Amazon. When you order through Amazon, because I remember seeing the release date and then I ordered it through Amazon and it said the date that I was going to get it. And I swear it was 2 days before. So I think there is an advance release. See, Angelia has 2 pits and she loves them. Pits are good dogs. You have to be able to, you have to have the space for them. You have to be able to have them run, and you can't be 87 and 89 and have to take them for walks because they'll pull you over. All right. I wanted to rescue a dog. It was $800. I know. It's crazy, isn't it? I know. They used to be there were so many dogs. But they were, you know what? When my daughter's dog, Amaretto, when she went to get her, we went to pay for her, and they're like, "Oh, she's been here for 4 months. She's our oldest resident. So she's free. She got her for free. We had no idea. She said, our oldest resident in the shelter is always free, to encourage people to take the oldest one there. Well, they should have told us that. Maybe we wouldn't have been there that long making a decision. We made it decide quicker. I don't know. I don't know if it would have influenced us or not. That's so sweet of you, Elizabeth. We had fun doing it. We really did. It was fun. We would have good banter before we got on live, and sometimes we would be chatting for a good 30, 40 minutes afterwards. He's a good guy. I enjoy talking with James, so we had a good time together. Maybe we'll do it again. We'll see. Oh, hi, Gracie Blake. Gracie is my daughter's name, and Blake is my sister's last name. Oh, they're making her lay like that. Have some respect. Yeah, she does whatever she wants. Okay. We are near the end. I am going to pick out, these are going to be unrelated. Just two things that I dragged into my funny comments, two things that made me laugh when I was looking at comments last. And it's been a while because, again, I was out of town. But this comment was from, I don't know, one of the videos where I was talking about Uncle Daddy. And Sky Blue wrote, TLC is currently working on their newest show called Uncle Daddy. It's a prequel to Sister Wives. So that was funny. Sister Wives prequel. It's called Uncle Daddy. And this one was about one of the Tata Farms shows that videos that I did. And it was the one with Earl. You know, Earl was the guy who was taking all the trees down. They were clearing the land for the flowers, or at least for the houses to be built. It was really cool. If you haven't watched it, you have to watch that one. They're all good. They're all good. And there's always at least one snarky comment about Cody and them. So they're not all flowers and sunshine. I know some people don't want to watch them because it's just nice stuff and they just want snark. There's always something snarky because somehow something gets related to Cody or Robin in there, usually Cody, because they don't really have anything to do with Robin, but because we're talking about Janelle, usually there's a Cody comment. At any rate, we were talking about Earl. Earl was a guy that came and did the mulching thing to take all the trees down. And Patrice Simmons wrote and said, Earl has already worked circles around Cody. Look what Earl accomplished in one session there on the property, and compare it to what Cody has accomplished in 5 years on Cody Pass. So true. Coyote Pass. Yeah. One day he comes there and clears out way more than Cody has accomplished in 6 years. So true. So true. You can't argue with that. All right. And our quote for the day, which I thought was very appropriate, by Maya Angelou. I have not marked this down as being read, although I feel like I did. So I'm going to post it in here, and I'm going to make a point to mark it off, because I feel like maybe I read it and forgot to mark it off. That's a possibility. So I'm going over to mark it off right now, because maybe I just didn't mark it. But it's good for today's video, just simply based on the topic. And it says, quote, I've learned that people will forget what you said and people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. It's Maya Angelou. And that's true. That is a good comment. Thank you, Maya. All right. Well, that wasn't so bad. There was a lot of sadness in this one, but I think we did a good job of getting through it, people. We did a good job. Y'all did good. Good job, sister friends. You're rock stars, absolute rock stars. Love you all. All right. Let me get to the very end here to sign off. Yeah, that is a good one. All right. That was a good discussion. Good night, sister, friends. I always mistype that. All right. Very good. I will see you next Tuesday. Some of you will see next Sunday. It might be another heavy one. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, we'll see. Maybe they'll do a good job of touching on it lightly. They've been kind of heavy. And then I think that's it. Then we jump into the one-on-ones after that. So that'll be juicy for sure. There's a lot to cover there. They haven't done a good job of giving us anything real juicy in the previews for it, but that's been their MO this season. I don't think they've done a good job of giving us really juicy stuff, which is good. I think in seasons past, they've given us the best one-liners and the juiciest stuff in the previews, and then the rest of the episode would fall flat or just be okay. And I think this season, my expectations have been low, and I believe that the episodes have delivered well beyond what I expected. So I don't expect much from the one-on-ones, and I think that they're going to deliver. I do. So, all right. You all have a very good night, and I'll see you next week. Enjoy Sunday night. Have a great week, everybody. Take care. Good night. God bless. Adios. See you in a week. Bye, everybody.
I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6, and it rattled me.
I had a lover in college, and it was a little tryst. I was a naughty boy.
Things that make you go,